Oh, and we're recording too. Excellent. Fantastic. So things are moving and shaking already in the right direction. Welcome everybody. As you're logging on to Zoom, you're going to see here that we have two very special guests. My name is Melanie Nelson, and we're going to get to that here. But first I got to go live on Facebook before we move forward here. So feel free to chat in. Mark, Cherry, feel free to, check in to see how people are doing, all that fun stuff while I get this figured out here.
Right. Maine, Brooklyn.
Awesome.
Got any people from Boston in the house, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania?
Yeah, right?
From PA. Hi, from PA. Arizona.
Pennsylvania. Fantastic. Oh, we got some Arizona in the house.
Hello.
Perfection. All right. We are live on all platforms and recording on all platforms, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us for Countdown to MAIC Week 2. Right. And my name is Melanie Nelson, the Director of Sales for TLS. I've been an Unfranchise owner for 17 years now, director, part of the $1 Million Club. So I'm absolutely so honored, thrilled, pleased to be here to be a part of the Countdown to MAIC, obviously. And I have some really incredible special guests on the line with me. So without further ado, down at the bottom there, in my screen anyway, we call him Coach Roach, but it's Mark Anthony Roach, and he is a coordinator with the business, soon to be executive coordinator. He is a veteran. He served our country, so thank you for your service, Mark. He's a father. He's a personal trainer, and he is obviously utilizing TLS to build his business. And he is from Massachusetts. So thanks for joining us, Mark.
Hey, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, and then up in the right corner, we have Sherry Lowe, and she is coming from New York area. She is a wife, she's a mother. She, obviously she's one of our, actually, you guys, it's really exciting. She's one of our brand new TLS certified trainers. She's coming to us soon with a TLS training in Cantonese, you guys, our first one ever. So we can't wait for her to do that training. We're very excited. She's a professional coordinator with the business, and she's just an incredible builder. So I'm so excited you're here, Sherry.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah. Right on. Okay, so let's get started here with your stories. Mark, why don't you, this is a fun story. Why don't you tell us how you were introduced to the business?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's funny. I actually thought I was coming to a one-day job. That's how I was introduced to this business. So long story short, I met a guy at church. I'd actually prayed for the opportunity, but I met a guy at church for the first time. I sat next to him. The pastor's like, turn to your neighbor, introduce yourselves. And long story short, I told him, hey, I'm looking for a job. Here's my credentials. Here's what I've done. And he's like, oh, I've got friends who've got an opportunity for you. So I think I'm coming to a job opportunity. He tells me it's one day on Saturday from 9 o'clock till 5. And I'm like, great. Okay. So one day is kind of like a tryout, right? Like maybe I'll go try out, and if they like me, I'll get the job. And so I think I'm going, I tell all my friends and family, and it dawns on me, I'm like, what kind of job is one day? There's no such thing as a one-day job, right? And I'm thinking, who does this guy work for? So I text him, I'm like, hey, what kind of clothes should I wear? What kind of job is it, do you know? Like, I'm wondering if I should dress nice or overalls. He's like, we'll find out in the morning. So I show up with 10 copies of my resume, 10 copies of my DD-214, which is my Army discharge papers, dressed up for an interview. And I show up to, I think it was a local seminar. And long story short, great event, love the environment. The people look like they were excited about what they were talking about. And here I am today, past the interview.
Isn't that hilarious, you guys? I love this because a lot of times when we're introducing people to the business or we invite them to come look at it, they don't really have a context for what we are or what we do. And we're looking for people who are open And guess what? Mark was exactly that. He was open. He was just like, sure, you know, like didn't even had the completely wrong idea. And it was still a fit for him. So I love that. Sherry, how were you introduced to the business?
All right, yes. First of all, it's blessing to be here. Thank you, Melanie, and blessing to be here with you, Mark, as well, and all the people out there watching and supporting us. I got introduced by my friend who introduced me to supplements so it's from the product.
Yes, we have powerful, powerful products. You can never go wrong with the, retail driven recruiting for sure. Happy customers become happy unfranchise owners. I love that. So why, Sherry, then after looking at the business, did you decide to become an unfranchise owner?
I'm a mother of two as a fashion designer job, which doesn't give me too much freedom. I was looking for something that I could work at home so I can spend more quality time with my family. When I find this company, shop.com, I was able to use my daily supplement, skincare, body care, home care, basically everything that I use every day, and I have a chance to build my own business. I can have my tax benefits. I thought that sounds cool because I need to shop for my family and myself every day. It allowed me to this business allowed me to shop and save my money. At the same time, I also have my own website that I can share with my friends and family to earn my second income. I think nowadays many people looking for second income as a backup plan. So do I. So that's why I joined to be a unfranchised business owner.
That's excellent. Yeah. I mean, I think so many people can relate to, wanting to spend more time with family and their kids. And then you just saw this, no brainer, convert your already what you're spending
Yes.
into earning for your family, and you're doing just that. So it's really, really amazing. Mark, why did you decide, you knew you were walking in thinking you were going to a job interview and you ended up as an unfranchised owner. So after you evaluated it, and you looked into it and you did your research, what made you decide to join and become an unfranchised owner?
I think the first reason is the fact that I was open, because even though I was looking for jobs, it was just something to bridge the gap till I find the right vehicle, the right fit. And even throughout my whole military career, I'd always been looking at different opportunities. So I was open is the first reason. And I was just looking for the right fit was the second reason. And so being there in person, I think that had a bigger impact versus if I would have saw this on internet or saw it over Zoom, because I got to see the product, I got to taste the daily essentials, I got to see the environment and be immersed in that environment. And that was really it for me, was the environment.
Yeah, we do have a very incredible culture. So if you're on the line and maybe you joined as an unfranchised owner in the last couple of years, you definitely got to get to a live event. We have a pretty amazing group of unfranchised owners that are family. We know how to work hard, but have a good time, right? So it's awesome. I love that, Mark. So, the next thing we're going to talk about really here is, segueing with that is our corporate events. Now we have them twice a year. February and August typically is the arena they're around. We have one coming up here in August, and it happens to be our 30th anniversary event, our MAIC, as we like to call it, Market America International Convention. And now I know for both of you, this is not your first in-person convention. So Sherry, tell us a little bit about your experience of these events and how it's helped you and your team.
Okay, definitely. I never miss any major events. After I attend my first major event, the history was changed because in the major events, it's building my belief, and I experience people's successes with the business. It's so important to me. I saw a lot of people, they achieve different major challenge to help their business go faster. So I realized that I have to set a goal to achieve my challenge. This is this is really my major goal, that I can build my business faster with my my teammate. So in the last year, I earned 2 TLS challenge with my teammates in TLS major. My major is TLS. I love TLS. So now I have my team, TLS team, to build TLS with me. We can help. We first of all, we from the TLS, we to become more healthier and prettier, younger, but we can help people become more healthier and better in many different ways. I think this is, I don't know where I can find this business. So we also build a business together, which is so important, because this is a the team building business. From the events, we always we set our goal and keep going to achieve a goal in the business, from retailing to recruiting and the following up. So this is how amazing that I learned the experience, like to achieve challenges, to achieve different challenges in our major events.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you and your team have been masterful, truly masterful in building event to event, in taking those corporate challenges and saying, okay, we're all going to strive for that corporate challenge, whether it's a TLS one and also the chairman's, because I know last year you had a couple people do both on your team, right? I mean, just really exciting stuff, right? And then what happens is, I mean, you, in the last 3 years that I have been working with TLS as the director, your team has hit new PIN levels and new income levels. You continue to grow and sponsor new people and more, you know, your team keeps showing up on that challenge stage, which is, you know, exactly the system to success. And you're utilizing, and it really doesn't matter what major you are majored in Market America, you can use those corporate challenges as your 6-month business plan. And that's what Sherry does. Now she happens to really, you and your team focus in on TLS classes and getting together. And it's, you know, a lot of getting together and making sure that people are feeling supported both in the business and through the TLS program, which then, you know, just snowballs. And it is so amazing and wonderful. And I know you've got some of your team on the line here. I recognize some of their names. They're on the line here supporting you. So shout out to you guys for all your growth and everything you guys are doing. It's really amazing. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, you know, here we have Mark. He's fairly new to the business, and he's first Market America convention, this last one, which was our first live one in years. And it's so exciting. So tell us a little bit about your experience, Mark.
Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, I came in an in-person event, and then boom, the pandemic happened and everything was online. So this was the first event that the company announced was going to be back in person again. And so I'm like, we have to go, we have to be there and see the environment. But with that, there was some different personal challenges and financial challenges that came up along the way. We're like, hey, this is what we're going to do. And then unfortunately, my grandfather passed away, and job loss at the same time, job transition. The story ends well. I'm now a personal trainer and going to the next convention, and ended up making it. But sometimes when we have these goals and we set these plans, that happens, sometimes life happens, right? And so the funeral was going to be the day before convention, 23rd. The 24th, I would miss that as well. So I'm like, okay, I can't miss my grandfather's funeral. I got to be there, right? Oldest son, got to be there to support grandmother, my mom. But that's financially tight at the same time, because I got to fly down to Jamaica, back up to Florida, and possibly make just one day. So I'm like, maybe I'll just watch it online, right? But that's not going to happen in Jamaica with the Wi-Fi there. And so, you know, I attend the funeral, have a good time in Jamaica, connecting with family. And I'm like, maybe I'll just go up for one day. Even if I can catch one day, maybe that will be more than just missing the whole thing completely. And so I make a decision, you know, make things happen, go up to Fort Lauderdale and said, hey, one person has to attend from our team. And I have to do that if I consider myself a leader, and show the rest of the team, right? So I make a commitment. I head up to Fort Lauderdale. And the last day was the day that was really impactful on me, as well as the meeting after meetings. some of those things that you don't get from seeing it online. Those meeting after meetings were some of the things that I talked about with my team, and they're like, oh, whoa, we didn't see this. And some of those experiences that you get from being there, like seeing everybody at the hotel, building the relationships, it had a major impact to where one of my team members like, hey, I'm going to buy 3 tickets like you, and I'm going to come in person to the next event. And then ripple effect after ripple effect, we've got 4 people. So it started with 1, and now 4 of us are coming to Greensboro. So I think, we just got to take that initial action and commitment, and that can impact others, and think about how it can impact the team more than just ourselves.
Absolutely. And what you, you did essentially is you stepped up and said, I'm going to be a leader. I'm going to do what, they say to do, follow the system, right? Plug into the system, right? We're always saying those words, and you went in and you did it. And what happens when you have, it's like when you experience the power of our products or the power of an event, you're far more capable of then speaking to it and, essentially sharing it and then selling that product or ticket or, that kind of thing. And so most people can't sell something they haven't experienced. And that's why we always say you just got to get there, because there's no words. And you did, just that. You duplicated exactly, like literally exactly what we teach and preach to do in this business when you're building a team, is, even if you attend the first one by yourself, right? You just get there, and you do it just like Mark did. And guess what? The next one, he has 4 new people coming with him who've never been to a convention. Guess what's going to happen in the next 6 months? Because Mark is following the system. He's staying consistent. He's, plugging into what we do. And that is what makes this work, you guys. It is so powerful. And I just thought it was really amazing, Mark, that you are, just, a living testimony of just that, exactly that. And it's just going to continue to grow for you guys and your team. So super excited for you. As far as, I feel like being able to communicate to people the importance of being there. Sherry, when you speak about being at convention, why do you say it's important for them to attend?
Well, like I said, I never miss a convention, especially attending in person. Just like Lauren said, and just Mark said, that the environment is everything. It always is. We are going to get all the latest updates from the corporate team, learning from new product, new policy procedure, especially experienced people's successes with their business. We can build our belief from the event in person, better than not in Zoom. It can keep us going with our business, not only yourself, but for your teammate as well. Always, team building. I mean, this coming event is huge. It's really, really huge. It's 30 years anniversary. So like Mark said, that we need to build as a role model. We learn, we have to go there by ourselves in person first, then our teammate will follow us. We learn, build, and go together. If without personally attend any event, I don't think we can achieve our goal and dream to our best capabilities. It's definitely an event that we don't miss this year. This is 30th anniversary convention. It's going to be amazing event ever. Like a very beautiful story that Mark just share. No matter how difficulties that you have, just solve it and try your best to attend this very important 30 years anniversary in the Greensboro.
For sure. Mark, how about you?
Yeah, I have one personal reason and two reasons like everyone can relate to. But the first is, like I said, I build this for many different reasons, but one of them is family. And I had that thought process when my grandfather passed away, like, hey, I never want to be in a position where I have to consider missing a funeral, missing my son's games or his sports or graduations or any of that. And this is where the team grows. This is where the business grows. And so in order to make sure I'm showing up for those major important events in life, for family, the people who matter, then I've got to show up here and show up for our team as well. It's my responsibility. And then the second is, I think being there, it kind of reminds me like being in college in the dorms. You get away from distractions of life, or being in boot camp. You get away from the distractions, you get away from the things that pull you away from the business, but you also have that environment where everybody is on the same mission. They're achieving their goals, they're going after them. And so you can focus in with others who are on the same page. And, you know, we strengthen each other, we sharpen one another. And then I think the relationships that are built there, I mean, definitely got to connect with you, Sherry, and a lot of other people, you know, in person. And the last, I would say, the demonstrated commitment. So as I said earlier, once you take that initial step, you know, it may just be you the first time, but then it becomes 4 and then 8 and 16. And, you know, this continues to be beyond just yourself, but we got to get through those different obstacles that come up. And that's what we do as entrepreneurs. We find solutions.
That's right. Person who solves the most problems makes the most money. So I always like to say that, I like remembering things with acronyms. So I have the acronym BELLS. So I was like, I'm going to attend with bells on, right? Have you ever heard that saying? So I'll be there with bells on, right? And so what BELLS means is, first, the B is for belief. We're not going to get, like Sherry already said, you're not going to get the belief in this and in yourself to do this and in the company without attending. So belief is built because of ELLS, and E is the experience of being with your team, the experience of meeting the corporate team, of seeing the vision, of getting educated, of the meeting after the meeting, of all the friendships you're going to create that are not even connected to you. You know, I love that part of it. That's, to me, the richest part of it. And then learning is the first L, you know, the education piece, the how-tos, the product knowledge, the, you know, what's new on our websites, all the information that we need to be successful in the next 6 months or up to date. And leverage is the second L. Leverage is all about, yes, you the first time, but after that, it's all about, okay, who's coming that's new? That's leverage. That's your team. You know, you're working your 3-day weekend when you're there. But if you have, in Mark's case, 4 other people, that's 4 times 3 days worth of leverage right there. Mm-hmm. And that is going to exponentially grow his business in the next 6 months, because it wasn't, I mean, he already did that 1 to 4. Now it's going to be, you know, 4 times 3 days of work, and let's see what happens after that. I mean, it's gonna be amazing, you guys. So it's all about leverage. It's all about paying attention to who's there, who's new that's there, and do I have somebody on my right and left that's coming with me as well, right? So we want to leverage the system in the sense of, you know, the education, that third-party education. We can't give them, there's no way we can give them what they get there. Not in 6 months, not in a year, never. So that's S. We're plugging them into the system to success. And if we plug people into the system to success, we're going to succeed. So it's all about being there with bells on, you guys. I'm so excited to see you two there in person and in the flesh. Very excited. Always good to be with our Market America family. I so appreciate both of you being here on tonight, sharing your experience, your story, your wisdom. And we encourage people to share this recording with someone who's looking at attending, because we really know that this can make a difference in the lives of people, as it has with all 3 of us. So you guys, thank you so much for being here.
All right. Thank you.
All right, everyone. Bye for now.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.